Currently, the car that I have is a 2010 Volkswagen GTI. I have had this car since 2010, since it was brand new. The car has about 155,000 miles on it, so it's getting up there in mileage. Things are starting to slowly break on it and stuff like that. I love this car. I love the way it looks. It's still in really good condition. We take really good care of the car, but it's time to get a new car. So the new car market's kind of crazy right now. Everything is really expensive, and I didn't really want to have a car payment. The car's been paid off for quite some time and didn't really feel like going into the dealership and, you know, spending another $30,000-$40,000 on a new car, having a $600-$700 car payment. So decided, well, you know what, let's get a used car. Let's maybe check out something that I've always wanted. So what's the new car that we got? Well, we got ourselves a little box. Check it out, guys. This here is our brand new car. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's new to me. This is a 2006 Scion Xb. It has about 105,000 miles on it now. We got the car for $5,000 here in Las Vegas. The reason why we wanted this particular car, we needed something that was able to haul stuff around. Two, we wanted something that was really fuel efficient. If you can see right behind the Scion, we have our other car, which is a 1999 Chevy Suburban, which is really good for hauling stuff. Unfortunately, it's got a big V8 engine. The gas mileage sucks. It's huge and it's really bad to park. So we needed something kind of between the two. We needed something that was kind of a mix between the GTI and the Suburban. So what do we end up with? We end up with the Scion Xb, which is a perfect combination right in the middle. If you're not familiar with the Scion Xb and you've never seen the car before, I'm kind of going to walk around the car and give you just a little bit of a tour of the vehicle so you can kind of see what it looks like. So on the front of the car here, the Scion Xb, it has a real unique shape, real like boxy look. So if you look at the front of the car, it's got a real square shape, pretty much stock the way it came minus the wheel. So everything I'm showing you on the car is pretty much the way the car came. There's an upgrade where you can do fog lights, so we're going to be putting in fog lights, but as far as the front of the car, this is pretty much the way the vehicle looked when it came from the factory. These wheels here, we did not purchase, they came with the vehicle, same size as stock wheel, so we're not going to have to worry about having any issues with the odometer, speedometer, stuff like that. So the wheels ride really good. I think they look really cool. It's kind of short and boxy, so really easy to zoom around town, get around. We like to go to downtown a lot, and a lot of it is street parking only, and sometimes you have to parallel park. This car makes it really easy to parallel park and find parking, which is really nice. So now we're at the back of the car, and you can see the boxy theme continues. You can see the back of the car, it's, you know, some people call it a toaster. We call it the box, the to-go box. You know, a lot of the cars now are very round. Everything's trying to be round and sleek, and with this car, it's the complete opposite. It's just square and boxy, and it doesn't seem very aerodynamic, but the style is just so cool. When it comes to a regular car, a lot of times you have the trunk compartment, which is separated by that slanted glass over it, and then you have the back seat right behind it. A lot of times when you open the trunk, you kind of have to fit stuff in at a certain angle, and then you got to slide stuff in the trunk. If you have a big object, it's kind of hard to put it in there, so a lot of times you end up having to put it in the back seat of the car. With this particular vehicle, you can see just how big this hatch is. Height-wise, if I stand, I think I can stand all the way up fully right here, so about 6 feet tall, maybe about 5 feet 8 inches solar clearance. Most of the cars nowadays don't have openings this big because of the shape of the car and the way the aerodynamics are. A lot of the back seats, they kind of tilt in this way like this, and it cuts you off, so you don't really have this whole space. With this here, you can fit in, like, you know, a big box and just kind of push it in there. And then the cool thing is the seats fold down too. So once the seats fold down, now you have this whole big area back here. I do photography and videography, so whenever I go to shoots, I can just throw my lights in here, throw all my bags in here, and everything is just ready to go. So you got your two compartments down here where your spare tires are at. You can see, you know, just how big it is in here. And then the cool thing is, you know, you can access things this way, you can access things through the back. We've been used to two-door cars for so long that, you know, whenever we have to put stuff in the back seat, we really very rarely do that. So we're always just putting stuff in the trunk. So what's nice about this car, if I have some stuff, I don't actually have to put it in the trunk. I can just put it in the back seat. This is the backseat of the Scion Xb, and you can see size-wise, it's a really good size. It's very comfortable for me to sit in here. I have lots of leg room. The seat in the front is all the way back, so you can see my knees aren't touching. I have tons of headroom, which I really like. In my GTI, when I sit in it, my head almost touches the ceiling, and there's times where I've had on like different hats and stuff that actually rub on the ceiling that I can't wear while I'm driving. But with this car, I can wear whatever. I can wear a cowboy hat if I wanted to, and I would be fine. It is seats for 5. It's 5 kind of cramped. The car is not the biggest car, so so, you know, maybe a child or someone in the middle will be fine. When it comes to the interior, it is very plain, but it's very nice. You know, if you look at the seats, everything's look really nice. The patterns in the seats are nice. The interior is nothing going to be too crazy. It's not going to blow you away with the luxury, but it's just the simplicity of the vehicle is what we like about it, because there's not a lot of parts that can break. This car, compared to the Volkswagen, as far as electronics and things in the vehicle, this is dumbed down a lot, so shouldn't have any issues with that. All right, so this is the front seat of the Scion Xb, and as you can see, the inside it's pretty roomy, I think. Now, if you notice, I'm sitting pretty upright. If you look at my legs, they're kind of almost in an upright position. I'm almost sitting, you know, completely upright, like I'm sitting in a regular chair. Most cars, when you're driving them, you kind of have more of a laid back position where your legs are a little bit higher. What's cool about this seating position is you see everything on the road. So it's like you have a panoramic vision of the road while you're driving. Feels like you're driving like a cab over engine style vehicle, you know, where you're kind of just floating over the road, which is really cool. On the inside of the vehicle, pretty basic. If you look at all the stuff here, a lot of plastic, you know, so when it comes to the feel of the vehicle, you know, you're not going to have a lot of leather and stuff like that. The controls are very basic, you know, everything is very simple in here. If you look at the radio, it's nothing crazy. Again, granted, this was 2006 when this came out. Brand new, the MSRP on this vehicle was $14,000. You cannot buy a car today for $14,000. That's like unheard of. But this was brand new at $14,000. Came with power locks, power windows, CD player, air conditioning, keyless entry. So it has all that stuff in it, and it was only $14,000. It's pretty crazy. This area up here, you have a lot of room for just different things you can put up here. I like to have my little phone holder right here, and that just kind of, you can put my phone right there. And then of course you gotta have the what the hell is the name of this thing? The squash, whatever thing. Anyways, I have our air freshener here. But if you guys know about this air freshener, this is like the OG like Japanese car air freshener. I used to have this back in the day. It's got that certain smell, and once you smell it, you'd never forget it. But anyways, we've got that in here. You got a little cup holder over here on this side, just a little simple glove compartment over here, nothing too crazy. This one here is an automatic transmission. It does come in a stick shift too. I've always wanted a stick shift transmission, but here in Vegas, it's not really the easiest to drive around because of the parking garages and the traffic and stuff. So we ended up getting the automatic with this one. The center portion here has an iPod connector, has an auxiliary port where we have our Bluetooth connected to that because the radio does not have Bluetooth. Parking brake here, and then another cup holder here where we actually have our bigger style cup holder. The cluster is here in the middle, so it's not in front of the driver. So you have your speedometer right here in the middle. There's been times where the blinkers, indicators are here, and I've completely forgot about them because they're in the middle, and I didn't looking at them, and I'm just driving down the street with my blinker on like a crazy person. That does happen. It's in really good condition. Again, this is a 2006. When we got the vehicle, it had 104,000 miles on it. So for a car of this age, to be in this condition, really, really good. The floor mats are missing from the vehicle. Did not come with those, but we did purchase some floor mats, so there'll be a video about that too. Last thing I'll show you is the engine compartment, and I'll complete the tour. The hood is like so little. It's like a really small, compact area. So if you look at the engine, it's just like, it's like a tiny little area. As far as, you know, getting to all of your fluids and stuff like that, you know, your power steering fluid, your engine oil, your washer fluid, you have your coolant over here, your battery, your brake fluid. Everything is really accessible. Another big reason why we got this particular car is because the parts are really cheap for the Toyotas, and it's stuff that you can work on yourself. With the Volkswagen, everything on that car is computerized. You know, the way they make that vehicle is not easy to work on, so a lot of times to change simple parts, you have to take so many pieces off of the thing just to get to it. So the labor rate goes up because there's just so many hours into the repairs. The parts are kind of expensive. So, you know, we wanted something that was going to be easy, something that we can maintain and keep for a long time and not have any problem. Part of a few Scion Xb forums now, and there are members on there who have over 300,000 miles on their Scion Xbs. Some of them over 400, and I believe the highest one that I've seen so far was in the 500,000 miles. Considering this car only has 100,000 miles, we can push this thing for another 200,000 miles, and I believe we could probably drive this for another 20 years if we take really good care of it. It's easy to get in and out of. If you're someone who has problems getting in and out of cars, high cars, low cars, this car is perfect. You can just slide in and slide out. Gas-wise, really good on gas. It has a 10-gallon gas tank, so it costs about, I don't know, $30 to fill up the gas tank, and it goes for a long time. Insurance, not too expensive on the car. Car registration was pretty cheap. I believe it was like $75 to register the car. Again, this is a 2006 Scion Xb. It has about 105,000 miles on it now. We got the car for $5,000 here in Las Vegas. So if you're looking for a used car, I would suggest the Scion Xb. Like I said, we have a bunch of accessories Kim bought for me for the car, so we're going to be installing those. We'll be showing you the before and after of what it looks like. I'll give you my reviews on those, and also we're starting a Scion Xb car club, Sin City Scion, here in Las Vegas. So if you're watching this video and you're in the Vegas area, check out Sin City Scion on Instagram, follow that page, and we're also going to be having events and stuff. We're trying to get it going, get some other people with XBs out there and other people with old Scions, get the brand going again since the brand doesn't exist anymore. There's a lot of us Scion people out there. We got to get together and keep the brand alive. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get notified every time we put out a new video. And until next time, guys, see ya.